As we all know that proteins are the building blocks of body. Hence, to keep an eye on the proper structure and functioning of translated protein is of utmost significance. Therefore, in the field of molecular biology, Western blotting or Western hybridization is proved to be a boon to accomplish this task. Hello everyone, I am Dr. Deepika Jalania Tomar. Welcomes you at Zulofy. Next step is hybridization. Hybridization of a sample with a probe. Two different types of antibodies are used as a probe, which is primary and secondary antibodies. Two different types of antibodies used as probe, which is primary antibody and secondary antibody. What are the sources of these antibodies? In the case of primary antibodies, they are generated in an animal host as the process of immune response. By the process of immune response. Like this is a mice or a host animal, or we can say that a mice, in which we inject a protein sample and when we inject this protein into a mice, then in response to this protein, mice body started creating or started developing an antibodies, and these antibodies here are used as primary antibody. So the mice here is used to harvest primary antibodies as a immune response against this protein sample. Okay. Primary antibodies are used as direct detection tool because they bind directly to protein sample. Now, the source of secondary antibody. Secondary antibodies are also obtained from animal source or from hybridoma cell cultures. These secondary antibodies have to be anti to primary antibodies. Like in this case, we have cultures primary antibodies into a mice. So the secondary antibodies have to be anti-mice antibody. So that they can bound to primary antibody instead of a protein sample. Hence, secondary antibody is used as a indirect detector tool. Secondary antibody is used as a indirect, it is a indirect detection tool because it bind to primary antibody. hybridization here work as a sandwich. Hybridization work as a sandwich. Why? This is a protein sample which is bind to primary antibody, and primary antibody is bind to secondary antibody. After obtaining primary and secondary antibodies, blotting membrane with sample is incubated with a solution of primary antibodies plus TBS, which is trace buffered saline, or PBS, which is phosphate buffer saline. For 1 hour at room temperature or overnight at 4 degrees Celsius. After incubation, washing with wash buffer. Here, wash buffer is buffer saline plus 1% of detergent or buffer saline with BSA, bovine serum albumin, or dry fat-free milk. So that to remove unbounded primary antibodies. After that, the membrane is exposed to secondary antibodies for the process of hybridization. Now, our membrane, protein membrane, is bound to primary antibodies, and now it is exposed to secondary antibody, which is an indirect detector tool. Here, secondary antibody is linked to biotin or enzyme called Horsch Reddish peroxidase or alkaline phosphatase. Several secondary antibodies are bound to one primary antibody. Here, this is protein sample. Is bound to primary antibody, and with primary antibody, several secondary antibodies are bound to and hence signal. Last step or fifth step after hybridization is detection. detection of protein sample after hybridization is done by three methods. First, by using enzymes. Which is Hoare, Reddish, peroxidase, and alkaline phosphatase. Here, this is a protein sample which is linked to primary antibodies, and primary antibodies are linked to secondary antibodies which are attached to enzymes HRP, Hoare-Reddish peroxidase, or by alkaline phosphatase AP. And this secondary body is also attached to chemiluminescent substrate HRP dissociate this chemiluminescent substance dissociated by HRP and AP. This results in the production of luminescence and this luminescence is detected by X-ray film, by autoradiography, or in a dark room. Next step is by using, second detection is by using near infrared fluoro for labeled antibodies. Here, due to excitation of electron in fluorescent molecule, fluorescence is produced, which is detected by fluorescence imaging machine. This method of detection is more accurate than the detection done by enzymes because the fluorescence produced here is static. Hence, by this, the detection of protein sample is accurate and the luminescence produced here is dynamic. One method of detection is by using radioactive label. Here, secondary antibodies are bound to protein A of Staphylococcus aureus or protein A of streptaviridin. Then this protein A is bound to radioactive iodine. And after that, this is detected by autoradiography. These are the three methods by which protein of interest is detected after hybridization. First is by using enzymes. Second, by using near infrared fluorophore label antibodies. And third, by using radioactive label. After this, let's discuss the uses of Western blotting. Uses. Western blotting is extensively used in biochemistry for the qualitative detection of specific protein and to detect protein modifications. Western blotting is also used to detect or to verify or for the verification of proteins produced by cloning. It is also used as a confirmatory test for HIV. Confirmatory test for HIV, hepatitis B and herpes 2, which is HSV2 infection. Along with this, Western blotting is also used by WADA, which is World Anti-Doping Agency. In the case of blood doping, what is blood doping? Blood doping is the misuse of some techniques and substances to increase the RBC mass. Blood doping is misuse of some techniques and substances to increase RBC mass. Substances used in blood doping are erythropoietin, synthetic oxygen carriers, and technique used for this is blood transfusion. All three increases the RBC mass, which in turn result in the transfer of oxygen to the organs, which leads to the increase in stamina and performance. And all these three are prohibited under WADA. That's all for this lecture. Till then, keep liking and sharing the videos of Zoolophyte and subscribe to Zoolophyte where you learn life. Thank you.